a city scattered across 14 islands, connected by graceful bridges and woven together by glittering waterways. It's a place where medieval spires pierce the sky right beside sleek glass towers, where the scent of cinnamon and cardamom drifts through narrow alleys, and where sunlight lingers late into the evening in soft golden arcs. Stockholm isn't just Scandinavia's capital of style. It's a city that seduces slowly, inviting you to wander, to pause, to breathe it all in. A weekend here is never enough, yet it's just long enough to leave you longing for more. We're taking you on a dreamy weekend journey through Stockholm, the stylish, soulful heart of Scandinavia. 7. Gamla Stan, where time slows down. Begin your Stockholm story in Gamla Stan, the old town, a place so perfectly preserved it feels almost theatrical. Wander its maze of cobbled streets, some so narrow you can touch both walls with outstretched hands. Look up and you'll see tiny wrought iron signs swaying gently, windows framed by flower boxes spilling over with scarlet geraniums, and centuries-old facades painted in shades of ochre, sienna, and dusty gold. Pause at Stortorget, the postcard-perfect square, ringed by those famously colorful merchant houses. Maybe you'll hear a lone violinist playing near the Noble Museum, or spot children chasing pigeons around the stone fountain that stood here since the 1700s. Step inside the Royal Palace, where gilded halls echo with stories of lavish banquets and whispered court intrigues. Watch the changing of the guard, a little piece of living history that draws crowds day after day. As evening falls, lanterns flicker to life along twisting lanes, casting pools of warm light on old stones. Lovers stroll arm in arm, and it's easy to imagine you've slipped into a fairy tale. 6. Fika, the Swedish love affair with coffee and cake. At number 6 is something deceptively simple, yet utterly essential to your Stockholm weekend: fika. Fika is more than just grabbing coffee. It's a cherished ritual, an unspoken agreement to slow down, savor a moment, and share it with someone else. It's a daily Swedish pause for happiness. Duck into Vägkatten, a century-old cafe that seems lost in time, with marble counters and chandeliers glowing softly overhead. Order a strong dark brew and a canal bowl, a cinnamon bun twisted into delicate layers, dusted with pearl sugar. The moment you pull it apart, warm spice perfumes the air. Watch as locals lean close over tiny tables, voices low and intimate, savoring both the coffee and each other's company. Let your own worries slip away for just a little while. That's the quiet magic of fika. 5. Djurgården, Stockholm's green island escape. Coming in at 5 is Djurgården, an island of lush green right in the middle of the city. Rent a sturdy blue bike and pedal along leafy lanes where sunlight filters through old oaks. You might spot swans gliding across glassy ponds or joggers looping past grand 19th century villas. Stop by Rosendahl's Trädgård, a garden cafe where you can sip elderflower lemonade under apple trees, nibbling on cardamom cake still warm from the oven. It's the sort of place that makes you forget time exists. Then dive into Stockholm's fascinating past at the Vasa Museum, home to a colossal 17th century warship that sank on its maiden voyage. Its dark timbers, etched with ghostly carvings, tell a story of ambition, hubris, and patient recovery from the seafloor. Or lighten the mood at the ABA Museum, a playful celebration where you can dance on light-up floors and belt out Dancing Queen in your own private karaoke booth. 4. Södermalm, hip, bohemian, and full of surprises. Number 4 brings us across the water to Södermalm, Stockholm's coolest district. Once working class, today it's a buzzing haven of indie boutiques, thrift shops, and edgy galleries. Stroll along Getaway, where stylish locals browse racks of minimalist Swedish fashion, or sip organic lattes on sidewalk terraces. Pop into small bookstores where the smell of ink and old paper is almost addictive, or find a vintage shop selling 1970s leather jackets and delicate porcelain cups side by side. Climb up to Monteliusvägen, a narrow walking path perched high above the city. As the sun dips low, watch Stockholm's skyline ignite with gold and rose, church towers and copper roofs mirrored in dark water. Locals gather here with bottles of wine and picnic snacks, turning sunsets into spontaneous little festivals. At night, Söder's bars spill soft light onto the cobblestones, and laughter mingles with the clink of cocktail glasses. It's relaxed, unpretentious, and deeply alive. 3. Stockholm from the water, a floating masterpiece. Stockholm's beauty isn't confined to streets and squares. It unfolds spectacularly from the water. Board a classic steamboat or rent a small electric boat and drift between islands. Pass under elegant bridges, wave at sunbathers stretched out on smooth granite rocks, and admire palaces and pastel townhouses rising straight from the shore. From the water, the city seems to hover, delicate and dreamlike. Seagulls wheel overhead, fairy horns echo in the distance, and all around, Stockholm's beauty flows by at a gentle, gliding pace. Even on a simple commuter ferry, you'll feel like you're part of a serene moving painting. 2. The Stockholm archipelago, a thousand quiet paradises. If your weekend allows even half a day extra, let it carry you into the Stockholm archipelago, a scattering of over 30,000 islands that begin right at the city's edge. Hop a ferry to Vaxholm, with its cheerful wooden houses and tiny harborside cafes, or venture farther to rocky islets crowned by lonely red cabins and silent pine forests. Sit on sun-warmed stones, dip your feet into cold, clear water, and let the briny air fill your lungs. This is Stockholm's secret, that just minutes from urban chic lies a raw, peaceful wilderness. It's a place where time slows to the rhythm of lapping waves and gull cries, reminding you how wonderfully simple happiness can be. 1. That indescribable Stockholm feeling. Finally, the number one reason to spend a weekend in Stockholm isn't a single sight. It's the feeling that seeps quietly into your bones. It's how mornings start soft and bright, sunlight slanting through tall windows onto clean wooden floors. How locals lounge with open books in parks that seem designed purely for daydreaming. How children giggle barefoot along the quaysides, and fishermen patiently wait on the same piers where Vikings once tied their longships. It's the hush inside a candlelit restaurant where you taste buttery Arctic char paired with elderflower sauce, the rush of cool air on your face as you bike along the shore at dusk, the way the city seems to breathe with you. Stockholm doesn't demand to be loved. It simply reveals itself, layer by elegant layer, until you realize, somewhere between your second fika and your last evening walk, that it's quietly, irrevocably stolen a little piece of your heart. So there you have it, what it's like to spend a weekend in Stockholm. A city that blends royal grandeur, cozy traditions, and effortless modern style like nowhere else on earth. Has Stockholm already cast its spell on you? Or is this your first glimpse of its magic? Share your dreams and memories in the comments. We love to hear your stories. And if this journey sparked even a flicker of wanderlust, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you won't miss our next adventures to the world's most breathtaking places. Until next time, keep exploring, keep savoring, and we'll see you under another beautiful sky.